Starting this painting of the Jetty, it's very geometric. The lines of the horizon and of the Jetty suggested kind of geometry. It reminded me of working out things in maths, and so I decided to use a ruler and pencils. I've used watercolour pencils and draw lines for the horizon, lines for the shape of the jetty, lines on the jetty. And there's something again about measuring, about geometry, about the tools that you use in school, or that you're taught to use in school, the ruler and the colour pencils, which is very sort of, well, mathematical. And there will be something of that, I'm sure, that contributes possibly to the meaning of the painting in the end. In terms of it being a technique that you would say, oh, this is the technique that I use for this type of thing, there's no such thing. I just sort of thought I need lines, got the pencils. It was something that occurred to me rather than being something that is the way to tackle this type of painting. It was a decision I made about which tools to use, basically. And in using them, it's reminded me of being a child, learning things in school, which somehow fits with the stuff that's on the collaged surface of the ground that I'm painting on, because there are charts, there are lists of numbers and grids. So it's actually, and graph paper. So it's quite a mathematical piece, is this. The cutout figure is like one of those cutout cardboard dolls that you used to have as a child, that you'd press out of a book, and then you would press out the clothes with the little tabs that folded over their shoulders, and so you dressed them, which basically fed a concern with appearance and clothing, which is kind of a relevant meaning for the work that I do, because that concern with appearance, that concern with fashion, leads to the kind of unsustainable practices, both social and environmental, involved in growing cotton and processing it and dyeing it, for both the environment and the people who actually do that work, for the manufacturers, the machinists who make the clothing, and it just feeds that appetite for more and more choice of outfits, cheap clothing, so you can go in a shop and buy an entire holiday's wardrobe for an affordable amount. So yeah, the cutout doll thing I think is relevant to what I'm talking about. And of course in this painting, just looking at where she's being put is a holiday scene. So it is one of these kind of lifestyle, aspirational, this is where you want to go for your holiday type things, which is also has all that concern with appearance. When you go on holiday, you buy your clothes for your holiday, you're supposed to look good on holiday, you're supposed to get your tan so that you look good after your holiday, all of that. So in a way this is about gender, about lifestyle, about how we're taught to see ourselves and be concerned with ourselves and our lifestyle and our appearance. And it's also got the stuff I was talking about earlier, the mathematical, the measuring, the sort of graphs and texts underneath it, which are about marketing actually, and are about numbers, and perhaps say that underlying and underpinning all of that is the sort of marketers who have done all of the analysis that kind of leads to the campaigns and the photographs and all other devices to get us to want more stuff.